It's time to look at the biggest movies of the year, Mason.
Huzzah!
Just really quickly, though, in terms of box office, we're not going to rewatch them and talk about them here. We've watched these, I think, looking at this list.
Sure.
But it's worth talking about which ones made the most money.
Oh, isn't it though? That's actually the most important thing.
It's true, but I think the most important thing is the next video we do where we look at all the movies that lost a bunch of money.
Oh yeah, that's way more fun and we can make fun of them.
That's right.
You know.
And it gets more views. But we got to do this to get to that. This is the
It's
eating
true.
vegetables, all right? The eating vegetables video.
That's right, the one that everyone hates.
Please leave a like.
We could stop making these.
No.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, in terms of working out the budget, depending on the release, you normally take what's officially revealed and you double that for marketing and distribution costs, unless there's a specific number. Often if a movie is made for over $100 million, the marketing and that won't be more than $100 million.
Right, okay.
And also, none of this takes into account streaming numbers. Often films take on a second life.
VHS sales.
VHS, etc. And of course, these are estimates because Hollywood accounting is shady and they don't tell you anything.
Now, viewers out there, you might have a different calculation for how the box office is run here. Let us know in the comments, and we will read that.
And we love you, and we forgive you.
We forgive you.
Starting at number 10, Wicked Part 1.
Big movie.
Budget of $150 million. There's a second one coming our way, of course.
That's right.
This was advertised as pretty much just Wicked.
That's right.
It's just Wicked. It's not longer than the show, including the intermission, but it's half of it.
Look at the runtime. Obviously, it's the whole thing. We tricked you. It's not.
Now, this, of course, is still in cinemas and continues to make money. So the day in which this comes out, the number will change.
Now, why are people going to this? Because they love musicals? Probably not. Because they like the original Wicked.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
Wizard of Oz stuff.
People know Wizard of Oz?
A bit of all ages fun.
Yep.
You
I think
know?
it's cast really well.
Oh, that Ariana Grande's a big seller.
That's right. The marketing was everywhere. You could not escape it. It's on every bus and every pamphlet.
Peter Dinklage is a goat.
Peter Dinklage is a goat.
He's the goat.
He is the goat. Look, I thought this was really drawn out. I liked it, but I was sitting there nothing's added, nothing's new.
Right.
But yet this goes forever.
As someone who's never seen the original musical, I was like, I guess this is going as long as it's going.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll just sit this out. But I had a good time. You know?
My son was crawling up the wall. Who did love the musical, actually. But I think it does pick up, especially towards the end when they finally get to Oz. There's a lot of Harry Pottering around the school. But all in all, I did enjoy it, and I do understand why people are going to see it again and again. They're getting glicked, Mason, or whatever that. Glickiated. No, wikiated?
They're getting glicked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a fun experience for everybody.
Yeah. People, they tried to make that thing happen again of Barbenheimer, but with Gladiator 2 and this. But,
yeah, sure.
But no, we don't accept that.
No,
And we
absolutely
don't
not.
forgive you. Next up at number 9, we've got Beetle Juice, second Beetle Juice.
Oh, yes.
Box office for this, $451 million.
Not bad.
Pretty incredible for a movie that you'd think nobody would care about. I mean, because with nostalgia, what works at this point, you know?
We
it
don't
feels
know, yeah.
random.
Yeah. And you'd think, are there even enough people still alive who remember the first Beetlejuice? It came out in the 80s.
Yeah. I only watched the first Beetlejuice for the first time just before I saw this. And I loved it. I thought it was incredible. And this one I thought it was all right.
It's all right, isn't it? Yeah.
It's got Willem Dafoe and it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole storyline you could probably chop out and it wouldn't make any difference.
Which one?
The one with
The Beetlejuice one.
Yeah, just get rid of that. Yeah. I just want to see just moody goth people in an old town.
Yeah, man.
That's what I like. No, the bit with Monica Bellucci, that whole bit, that subplot could be chopped out.
True. Coming in at number 8, we've got Venom, The Last Dance. Despite being the least successful in the Venom trilogy, the first one made $800 million plus. The second one made about $500 million. This one made $472 million.
Do you think that's to do with sort of ongoing trends of people going to the cinema, or the fact that these movies are getting worse, or both?
I think it's both. I think it's all of it. I'm surprised it made this much money because it didn't have a huge opening weekend and it's not good.
No.
So, but it's one of those ones where people just went, oh yeah, I'll get to it. And they did apparently.
It was left in cinemas long enough that people eventually got to it, yeah.
And even though Tom Hardy could very well be done with the character of Venom, Sony certainly isn't. There's rumors that they're going to be doing an Agent Venom, which would involve bringing in a new host, potentially a Flash Thompson, maybe.
Might be in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they are going to do a Sinister Six movie. Maybe that will happen.
Tell you what, I didn't particularly love the movie, but Tom Hardy, he's working hardy in it.
He certainly is.
And so was everybody else. I think I've
What
seen...
are you working hard or hardy working? Am I right? He's hardy working.
He's hardy working. I will say this. I've said this about these movies, these Spummer movies, the Sony Pictures Universal Marvel movies.
They're bad.
They're bad, but you can't fault anybody for being in them.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because they got tricked into it. They thought it was an MCU movie.
A lot of people get tricked, but also you take the paycheck and nobody's going to blame you for being in one of these. They'll either say this respected actor was, underused in this movie, or this respected actor went absolutely nuts and ate a lobster out of a tank in a restaurant or whatever. He's going crazy. Nobody's going to blame you for the bad writing and the fact that this wasn't particularly interesting and didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, he danced.
He did have that last dance, didn't he?
Because they brought back the other person from the other movie or whatever.
And they brought back some of the other Venoms or new Venoms.
Yeah.
And that lady got struck by lightning and then she got the flash powers. Which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool thing to put in a movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
No, it's not good.
At number 7, we've got Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. In terms of box office, it made $571 million.
Rawr, not bad.
Not bad. These are chugging along, these movies, aren't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
The Zilla heads, they're getting to it.
I mean, look, there's kind of two versions of Godzilla that we're experiencing in cinemas. We've got the Godzilla -1. We've got a serious reflection on war and what it takes to kind of rebuild yourself as a person or maybe even as a society. And then you've got what if there was a big hole in the middle of the earth and there was big gorillas running around in it.
That's right. What if there was a even bigger monster than Godzilla and how would Godzilla fight it? He'd eat a sea serpent and he'd turn pink.
Yep.
And that's cool as hell.
I agree.
You see him, he's in the Arctic or whatever, he's looking cool as hell with those pink spines.
He looks great. Do you think he's gonna de-pink spine in between movies?
Yeah, maybe you'll get a different color in the next one.
He might just. God, they did dentistry on King Kong. He got a new gauntlet for the toys.
That's right.
You know who loves these movies?
Children?
My son, yes.
Oh, right, okay, yes.
Children, you're absolutely right. I mean, they've also got Monarch, which is a more adult kind of orientated look at this universe.
Yeah.
Which I think probably is where the movies are going to kind of lean towards a bit more. I think they're in danger of going too silly and then it's Fast and Furious and people kind of lose it.
Okay, how about this? Fast and Furious X Godzilla X Kong.
The
new empire.
Let's not.
The new family.
I don't want to drag down these movies with whatever Fast and Furious is doing.
Okay, but imagine this. Dom Toretto ramps off Godzilla into one of the mouths of King Ghidorah. You seeing this? And then King Ghidorah's head explodes or whatever.
Yep. And his head regrows and it's Brian.
Yes! And he'll tell you all about it when he sees you again. And I think that's beautiful. Anyway, I had fun with this one.
I liked it. But he gets mugged at one point. Remember the bit where King Kong gets mugged? They jump him.
They do. And then he uses that little monkey as a hammer.
Yeah, it's good. At number 6, we've got a movie that's still in cinemas and making money. It's Moana 2.
Oh, yeah.
Budgeted at about $150 million before everything else. This has been repurposed from a TV show, and boy, can you feel it.
Yeah, you can tell exactly where the episode breaks are in this movie, yeah.
I didn't love it. I think the music is forgettable at best. Love the first one.
As someone who only saw the first one the day before watching the new one, they gave it a shot, didn't they?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have anything close to the memorable songs of the first one. The plot is largely a retread of the first one.
They have to get to an island, but the island's not there or something.
Yeah.
Boat snacks, etc. A lot of the jokes are repeated.
I liked some of the new characters.
Yeah.
I thought Moana's new crew were pretty fun.
Agreed. I think it's the role that The Rock is most tolerable in.
Yeah, but I think his song from the first one was better than his song in the second one. So.
100%.
But you know what? Kids have no...
They don't care.
They have no barometer for quality, so they'll see whatever.
Exactly. What I think happened here is there is a Moana 2 in the works, and I think they pushed that to Moana 3, and they squeaked this one out a little earlier.
Squeak it out.
That's what I think happened. I don't know that. There's no official word, I think, at time of recording on Moana 3.
Right.
But I think we're going to get a real Moana 2. Probably not too long down the line. They won't wait 8 years or whatever it was in between for the next one. Because the first Moana, it did well, but it was never a billion-dollar movie. Like, it took on a huge life afterwards.
You looking forward to that live-action Moana remake?
Yeah.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah.
You think they're going to re-record the songs or just play the songs again?
Just play the songs again.
Interesting.
The Rock will just play them off his phone and just hold it up to the camera.
Nice. No, he'll play it off a bottle of tequila. That's how he'll do that.
You're right.
What can I say except...
Coming in at number 5, Kung Fu Panda 4.
I haven't seen this.
$547 million.
Not bad.
I agree. This is probably the weakest one of the four, but they're pretty entertaining affairs, I will say.
Okay.
Yeah. Jack Black's a lot of fun. All his karate mates or whatever, kung fu mates, they don't come back. They have small cameos at the end, so they didn't pay like Jackie Chan or Angelina Jolie or whoever the other ones were. All that element is stripped away from it.
Oh, back to basics.
Yeah, which I think makes it worse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's fun. They're fun movies. I like them a lot. Yeah.
Okay, who's he fighting in this one? A cheetah guy or
No,
a
it's
jaguar
like
guy?
it's
A snake?
it's a snake lady
snake?
who can like change into all the previous villains.
Oh, very convenient.
Yeah, a
You got those
chameleon.
you got those character models
Yeah, it's
already.
a chameleon thing or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
You got the character models, but you don't have to pay any of the previous actors.
Well,
That's
one
good.
of them they do.
Oh.
They bring back the first villain.
Is it Steve Buscemi?
It's Steve Buscemi. No, it's not Steve Buscemi.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's Ian McShane.
Huh.
They pay him, but not Gary Oldman or J.K. Simmons, who played other villains.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's fine and made money. I get it. I
Okay.
get it, all right?
All right, good for them.
Yep.
Good for DreamWorks.
Number 4, Dune Part 2.
Oh, I've seen June Part 2.
Yeah, man. Box office return, $714 million.
So sandy. Not bad.
Who knew that would make that much money?
Not me.
No, me neither.
Not Denis. Not me and not Denis.
Very
You see
good.
that movie?
Yeah.
It's got Matt Dillon in it. Not me and not Denis.
For a contemplative look at a Messiah figure, etc.
Also, finally a win for Denis Villeneuve, who's been making great movies for his entire career that nobody's seen.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's strictly true, but this
I would
is,
say it's strictly
yeah.
true. Big Loser finally comes good.
This is definitely his biggest movie in terms of box office. Dune Part 1, of course, was hampered by going straight to streaming because of the pandemic.
That's right.
So this was a bit of a gamble. Are people going to show up for Dune Part 2? But they did. They were initially going to film them back to back.
They were like, what if I haven't seen Dune Part 1? A little joke there.
Yeah, good. It's good. We'll keep that in.
You know, when people are like, should I go see Henry VIII? Because I haven't seen the other 7. It's in a similar
Yeah,
vein to
we're
that.
keeping the joke here.
Aye, good.
It
thank
works.
You. I know. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm telling you
I'm
that.
saying that for people who are a bit slow. They didn't get it. Now they would get it.
They didn't think it was a good joke.
That's why we're keeping it in. You know?
I think it's a wonderful franchise. I think it was probably smart not to film them
A
1 and 2
wonderful
back to back.
franchise or a horrific franchise?
Both. Because they didn't film the first 2 back to back, which I think is a safe bet. And also, I think it gave the actors a chance to kind of develop. You see a shift in like Timothée Chalamet between movies and kind of grow into this
I think
character.
this is one of my favourite Timothée Chalamet performances.
Whoa.
The scene where he
You love the
finally,
Wonka.
where Paul, yes, I do, obviously. The scene where, as Paul Atreides, he comes into his own and he's like, I'm the best, and you're all grubs.
You're all dead.
But now you're my grubs.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's pretty cool, actually.
You should have said worms, but
Yeah.
that would have been in fitting with the word of Dune. That's another good joke that will be staying in.
Terrific.
Yeah. Good franchise is continuing as well. It's got a TV series, but Dune Part 3 it's happening.
Yeah.
At number 3, we've got Despicable Me 4. It made just short of $1 billion, as they often do. They make around these numbers. Not my favorite franchise, but I get it. Minions, Gru, running about.
Sure.
I get it.
That's what kids love. They
They
love
love
running
it.
about. And wine mums love minion memes on Facebook. Are they seeing these movies? I don't think so. I think to them, the minions is just a free-floating kind of avatar of their own subconscious mind or something. And they
Potentially.
drink wine.
Boy, do they. There's been a lot of attempts to like minionify other franchises, but it's just not happening, you know? The Minions, they're the original and the best.
That's right.
Good on them, God bless them, and we forgive them.
We forgive them.
At number 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, this made $1.3 billion, which is incredible also because it is an R-rated comic book movie.
That's so true.
And people said the MCU is back for now. That's what they said.
I mean, they did say that, but I think it's just the Deadpool fan base. Those pool heads, they're out there.
I don't think it's just that. The Wolverine factor was
Sure,
huge.
uh-huh.
I didn't love this movie.
Yeah, look, to me, yeah, same.
Same with Despicable Me 4.
Right.
It's the same. It's in the
To
same
me,
camp.
this was like a kind of Naked Gun,
Yeah.
top secret. It's a satire. No, it's a parody.
Sure.
It's a parody of the Marvel Universe made by people who made the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
And I will say this.
it's a series of vaguely connected sketches.
Yeah.
You know?
And in terms of, you know, an MCU project or a comic book movie, it does really feel like Ryan Reynolds put a lot of thought and effort into this. It's not just like, whatever. Like, he clearly cares about this character and, like, getting it right and being respectful with Wolverine and all of that. I think that all does shine through.
And money.
And money! $1.3 billion, etc. and whatever.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Reynolds has said something like maybe not another Deadpool movie, but
No.
he'll appear in, a Secret Wars or a Doomsday, for
Almost
example.
certainly.
The X-Men movies, who knows?
And then also another Deadpool movie.
another Deadpool movie, yeah.
It will happen. Might not be soon, but it will happen. Before we do the number one movie, we're going to talk moderate hits.
Okay.
Now, some of these are still in cinemas, so we don't have hard numbers yet, but like Sonic 3, for example, probably Mufasa, The Lion King is doing something.
Those remakes, they do well.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not a remake, it's a prequel.
Oh, yeah. I don't care.
Craven could just pop off any day now.
It could pop right off. I mean, Venom popped right off.
Yeah.
And this is the year's final Spum.
Everyone's talking about
Everybody's talking about Spum, and, maybe they've built some momentum for Spum.
Yep.
You
Will it be the final Spum movie? No, they have to keep making these, or they lose the rights to Spider-Man.
It's a tax write-off thing.
It's a tax write-off thing,
It's a rights management issue.
Exactly.
And that's why people make movies. That's why Hollywood was built, to make money off rights management issues.
So true.
Yes, it is.
Here's some bigger budgeted movies which did moderately well. Gladiator 2, bit of a hit. Probably not as big a hit as they would have liked.
Sure.
But it got dads in cinemas, I tell you that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Got dads in cinemas and it got Denzel in a dress.
It did. We have Twisters.
Oh, yeah.
The long-awaited sequel to Twister, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm always interested in this franchise and what they're going to do, and I'm glad that one did well enough. Apparently, there was a Bad Boys movie this year.
Yeah.
All right.
Bad Boys 4, Bad Boys 3. That's what they called it. Because the third one was Bad Boys 4 Live.
It was. What are they doing?
I don't know.
The movie Civil War, of course.
Yeah. A political thriller that made no political stance at all.
That's right. Here's some movies that had a low budget, which allowed it to take in a smaller box office number, but percentage-wise, these are good. This
You've
is what
lost
you
me,
want.
but just say the names.
Low budget, they do better.
No,
because they don't cost that much.
I even have even less understanding now.
Okay. It ends with us. Garfield and his deadbeat dad.
What?
The Beekeeper.
Oh, yeah.
Monkey Man.
I
Made for
like-
a couple million.
I
Did,
like
did pretty
Monkey
well
Man,
out of that.
yeah.
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 And then, of course, horror always does well. This year we had Alien Romulus, Heretic, A Quiet Place, The Shushening, Smile 2, Long Legs, Speak No Evil, The Substance.
I love The Substance.
Yeah. Terrifier 3, Trap! Exclamation mark. Josh Hartnett, he's at your show.
He's in a Hitman level.
He is.
He's pushing people down the stairs.
And Immaculate.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, coming in at number one, we got Inside Out 2, which made nearly $1.7 billion. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I was waiting.
You haven't seen it.
I was like, what movies are even left
Yeah.
to take the number one spot? And it's this.
Yep.
It's because they just went, you know what? Maybe Disney Plus isn't working for dumping all this crap.
Well, they are doing an Inside Out Dream Factory TV show or something. I didn't know this was as beloved as it is. I had no idea. But look, what does Pixar do best? Sequels, really, in terms of box office.
Oh, yeah,
In terms of, sometimes you get a movie where you're two elves and you're Tom Holland and whatever, and your dad's just a pair of magical legs and you got to run around
Oh, that's right.
in a van or something.
Magical Legs, Elf Dad.
Yeah, man.
What a beautiful movie.
It's a beautiful movie and it makes you think.
That's right.
about family or
what
whatever.
If my dad was just a pair of legs?
Good? I don't know what else to say about this. It's, it's Inside Out 2. It's emotions. What if your emotions had feelings? Then you bring in new emotions. It leans into anxiety and becoming a teenager.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
This whole thing's been a metaphor.
It's
the whole
metaphor
time.
and it's literal. It does both things.
Wow. Well, that covers the entire human experience.
It really does, doesn't it? Anyways, look. We got another video. It's on the bombs. You can actually see it early at bigsandwich.co, where if you do want to support us, you're more than welcome to check that out. We also do video game Let's Plays. We do movie commentaries. We do bonus podcasts. We also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out every Monday, if you are interested. We're doing our big wrap-up show for the year, aren't we?
That's right. We'll give out some meaningless awards. And we'll have a good time.
Get excited about that, Mason.
I am, and I will.
But of course, don't forget to come back for the bombs video, because that's the one that you want to see.
Nobody's going to forget about
It's
that.
the real one.
That's the real
This one wasn't real. It's a joke.
know.
We don't even mean it. It's
That's
a parody, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I understand the bombs video if I haven't seen the hits video.
Yeah.
Little joke. Yeah, you will.
You will.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you get it. Even if you've never seen a YouTube video before, I think you would understand, like from context clues and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you know what a movie is.
Yeah. You're down.
You're down.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.